Hi, Candy here. I wanted to come and bring you some very valuable information about Pluto transit Capricorn right now because I've had quite a few Capricorns on Facebook as well as some of my clients actually having some pretty difficult times during this transit. Um, at the beginning of this, when I was just getting ready to record for you, I actually had a phone call from Capricorn who, in her chart, she's a 1 degree sun in Capricorn. So she went through a difficult time in her marriage where she went through a divorce. Um, in 2008 when Capricorn first entered, and that was when Pluto first entered Capricorn, that was when it actually went conjunct right on her sun. Okay, so far she hasn't felt a whole lot. She says she feels some anxiety, some things that she needs to be doing, but it's operating in the background because Pluto is a very far away planet. It operates on a subconscious level, and it also operates on a broad generational level. However, if it's transiting your sun, your moon, your Mars, your Mercury, those personal planets, then you're going, or your Venus, then you're going to feel it on a personal level. I know a few people where they are getting hit really, really hard in the area of relationships, physical ailments, as well as work and finances, things like that. So, what I did was I took a few very important notes that I'm going to look at along with the transit that's happening, and I'll just give you some quick tips on what you need to do. Since it's not going to be a quick video, but I'm going to run through it as quickly as possible. I have a client, as you can see, I am a licensed cosmetologist. That's my technique mannequin. I work on all of my weave closures and things like that with her. This is my salon on the go, where I actually go visit people and do their hair, but I also do, I specialize in hair loss. So I also read charts for my hair clients who want to go deeper with their health and help them out that way. So basically, Pluto is the planet of death, transformation, renewal, evolution. It's the planet that actually uncovers truth, and it basically acts as a cleaner for a house that you may be having issues in. And how much you feel Pluto will determine what you did before Pluto actually entered into that house in that particular area of your life, right? So if Pluto is entering into your seventh house of relationships, then you're going to have issues in regards to your belief about relationships, the relationships that you've already formed, and the relationships that you're thinking about forming, the idea about relationships and things like that. Now, depending on what planets you have in there, then it's going to go even deeper. So then you're going to have to look at the fact that, for example, if it doesn't have any planets there in the house that it's transiting, like my Pluto is transiting my seventh house, what's going to happen is that I'm going to feel that running in the background. So I'm not going to have any major issues. What I'm going to have is this subconscious nagging that something needs to be done in the area of relationships or partnerships. But my relationship may not be really bad. It may not be really good. It may just be something that's just there that is causing me to ask questions about what it is that I really want, right? Um, if you have any personal planets there, once again, then you're going to feel a lot of pressure to do some things that you need to be doing. Um, uh, Pluto entered Capricorn in 2008. It's expected to be there until 2023. And so you're going to have about 8 more years to go in that. I've seen a lot of my Capricorn friends really going through. And a lot of Capricorns have reached out. This is very um, different. I'm not shocked that the Capricorns are feeling this. This is Capricorn, Moon, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars. I'm not shocked that they're going through. What I'm shocked about is that they're actually reaching out, because Capricorns normally don't reach out. You normally hardly ever know like exactly what they're going through. So when they reach out, it really means something. A lot of Capricorns don't even believe in astrology. They feel like they don't need help. They feel like they can do everything on their own. They're very extremely practical, cardinal earth, so they're going to feel like, it's their responsibility, so to speak, to take care of everything. Um, Pluto also represents the soul, and therefore, looking at what Pluto is doing and the aspects around it can give you clues as to what you should be doing around your soul's desire, right? So, if you have Venus where Pluto is transiting, you're definitely going to have issues going around in your relationships and partnerships. Anything that's not nailed down, anything that's not on a solid foundation, Pluto is going to come in and just rip it right up. If you have not done right by partners in the past, you may have partners come back on you and do things to you to try and get revenge or something like that. If you have Mercury where it's going through, then your thought patterns are going to be challenged. How you think, how you process things are going to be challenged. Also remember, Mercury is retrograde, which is a whole nother video. So if you happen to be Capricorn, if you have Moon, Sun, Venus, Mercury, Mars in the area of Capricorn, Pluto is coming there to clean up. The best thing you can do during this period is to let Pluto do what it does best. Allow it to transform you. If you hold on to that which Pluto is trying to clean up for you, then you will be cleaned up along with it. You don't want that to happen. If Pluto is trying to clean up your health, go with it. Be obedient to your body. If Pluto is trying to clean up your mind, go with it. Be obedient to your mind. If it's trying to clean up your emotions, go with it. If it's trying to clean up your belief about who you are, yourself, go with it. If you resist it, it's going to beat you up. So basically, the idea is that you want to get above the storm. So Pluto is coming, is creating this whirlwind of energy, is trying to clean up things, right? So what you want to do is you want to get above what's going on. A lot of people drink, eat, do drugs. They do a lot of things in order to get a quick spiritual jolt. A lot of times people don't know that's what they're doing, but that's what they're doing. You feel like this spiritual energy in your belly telling you you need to do something, you need to do something, you need to do something, but you're afraid to do it because it's going to cause you to step out on faith and actually do something. So you squash it down. I don't really feel like doing it. I'm going to eat that down. I'm going to drink that down. I'm going to drug that down. I'm going to sex that down. And then after you finish doing all of that, then that energy is still there. All kinds of things are happening, trying to keep you aware of the things that you need to do, your spiritual responsibility to yourself. So the best way to do it is astrology is not used to take the place of any spiritual activity. Astrology is a science. It is something that shows you where the actual placements are in your chart, that shows influences. You have the power over all of that. You have the power of that through the God in you, right? So what happens is you want to transcend your chart. You want to look at your chart, see what your influences are, see what you're working with, just to give you that validation that you're okay, that you're where you need to be. However, even though you're where you need to be, you might not be doing what you need to do in order to transcend that position, okay? So whatever it takes for you. There are certain Bible verses that work. I like Job chapter 5 now during this period of time. Whatever Bible verse works for you, get it, use it. Whatever prayers work for you, get it, use it. If you have a lot of planets in Capricorn, especially if you have Mercury in Capricorn, you want to meditate and try to get in touch with what Pluto is trying to clean up and really visualize yourself letting it go. Okay? You don't really have to, reach out. Mercury's in retrograde right now. So my cat. Mercury's in retrograde right now until October the 9th. Give it about a week after that. And then you can go on and begin to kind of reach out. But right now, go inward, pray, do the things that you need to do in order to make peace. So, the thing that you're looking for at this point is not necessarily getting rid of a problem. This is where people start getting discouraged because they want to get rid of a problem. Go sit down. They want to get rid of a problem. You don't want to focus on getting rid of a problem. You want to focus on having peace with what's going on, right? The moment you have peace and your spirit begins to, um, it begins to get in touch with the will of the universe and it begins to surrender. Once you surrender, then the energies let up and then you begin to flow, right? So you want to get peace that surpasses all understanding, meaning that you don't want to try to have to understand everything that's going on. The only thing you need to know is that it's going on and that you need to surrender as quickly as possible, really, right? So if you do that, just think about it. Like, have you ever been in a bed laying down and it's something that you know you need to do and you don't want to get up and get out of bed? And the moment that you get ready to get up out of the bed, somebody calls you and says, "Don't worry about it. I already took care of it." That's because you got the will to get up and do it, and the universe already took care of it for you, right? So, what this transit is trying to do is get your will in line to get you to surrender. So, if there is a block, if there is a mountain that you're trying to overcome and that mountain's not moving, then you may need to make peace with climbing the mountain. I've been in that situation where I was in a face off with God, like, God, if you really love me, you move this mountain. And God is like, well, I've given you everything that you need in order to actually climb the mountain. I'm not going to move it, climb it. And I'm thinking, I'm not climbing it. And he's thinking, okay, if you don't want to climb it, I'm not going to move it, right? So when you move, God moves because God is in you. If your mountain's not moving, it's because you haven't made peace with having to climb the mountain. Once you make peace with having to climb the mountain, like I had to do in a particular situation, the mountain began to move. Because it's really just the battle of the will. It's not really anything that you have to do physically. This is a spiritual journey. It's about getting your line in line with the will of God, with the will of the universe and what the universe has for you. Once you do that and you kind of relax with it, mountains begin to move, or you may have to climb the mountain, but you will have the strength to do that. And Capricorn, you are the goat. You know how to climb the mountain. Get to climbing if you have to. You'll be surprised at how you will get the relief that you need along the way. Don't be afraid. Don't retreat from it. Go ahead on and do what Pluto is asking you to do. The more mess you have in that house, the more cleanup Pluto has to do, and it's just going to just pull everything up and out of the way. It's doing it to prepare you for a bigger work. Trust me on this. Everything that seems unbearable right now, it will soon pass. Okay? It will pass. Don't think like 8 years is a long time. Remember when you were in the third grade and you were 8 years old? Next thing you knew, you were getting your license, you were 16 years old. 8 years is not that long. Okay, so 8 years, this is grace and mercy. This is giving you time to sharpen your life purpose, you know. So once you do that, if you don't know where Pluto is in your chart, where Capricorn is in your chart, feel free to contact me, canditj@gmail.com, canditj@gmail.com. Just send me an email. I can definitely go over your chart with you. I do this. I do get paid to do this, but call me. We'll work something out. Let me know what you need. This is not going to replace the spiritual work and the physical work that you need to do to get where you need to go. This is just going to give you more insight, peace, and the tools that you need to get it done. Okay, so don't panic, relax, enjoy, and let go. Hope this helps. Thanks. Bye.